Hey, I'm Scotty T from Your Comedy Minute. I have a veteran comedian, a wonderful, wonderful comedian named Danny T with me. Danny, how are you?
I'm doing good, Scott. What's up, man?
It's nice to have you here, my friend.
Appreciate you having me on.
You're in Iowa, is that correct?
Good old Des Moines, Iowa. Yep.
Des Moines, Iowa. Des Moines, Iowa. Were you born and raised in Iowa?
I was not. I come
Okay.
to Des Moines, Iowa via football scholarship and all the other stuff. I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri, but I've been
Okay.
here 20 years, so it's
Yeah,
home
no,
now.
I've been to St. Louis, but I can't help but I want to run right into it because you've toured all over the country. You've toured a lot of places.
Through Connecticut, California,
Yeah,
Texas, Minnesota, you name it. I've been there. Ohio.
right. Well, and I don't want to give it away. So, and I know the answer, but I want you to tell the people, when did you start doing comedy?
I started doing comedy in 2005, roughly, like around my
Right.
30th birthday. All
Okay.
because I seen this TV show called Last Comic Standing, and it was like, oh, regular people
Okay.
can do comedy, and I was hooked after that.
Okay. All right. And let me ask you this: was there a catalyst? In other words, was just that show, or was there were there other things that you
Well, there
said
was
I
other
want to
things.
try comedy?
Yeah, there was other things. I mean, I grew up in the same era where my dad and my uncles would listen to those records in the room, and they were always sending us to sleep, and we could listen to them, but you could still hear through the door the Dolomites and Richard
Yeah.
Pryor and all that other stuff. So I knew about comedy, but I always thought it was like some kind of Hollywood thing that you can only do comedy if you lived in LA or somebody picked you to do it, like actors or
Yeah.
musicians or something
Well,
like that.
20 years later, look at you, man. You're
Yeah.
killing it. You're killing it. You do a bit. I love your TikTok stuff, and it's amazing.
Oh,
And one of
appreciate
the videos I saw, you do a bit about take me out to the ball game. Only you
it.
kind of change the lyrics a bit. Do you mind? Do you mind doing that for the
Yeah,
folks?
that was based on where I enjoy spending my time other
Yeah,
than the
me too.
baseball
Me
game.
too. Me too,
So it
Dan.
goes like take me out to the strip club, take me out to see titties, buy me a drink and a private lap dance. I don't care that I
I
came
came
in
in
my
my
pants. Oh,
pants.
it's hoot for your favorite stripper, but she still thinks you're lame. Now it's 1, 2, 3 o'clock, and she still can't remember your name. Now go home
Yeah,
broke.
buddy.
That's pretty much my
I just
experience.
love that. I spent a
Appreciate
lot
it,
of
man.
time in the strip club, man. I have a lot of
You and me
stories.
both.
Okay. Let's
Yeah.
keep going. Comedians that inspired you, other than Last Comic Standing, whatever, were the comedians you mentioned Dolomite. Go ahead, Red Fox, I mean, whatever.
Richard
Richard
Pryor,
Pryor.
Eddie Murphy,
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock,
Okay.
Louis C.K., Patrice O'Neill,
Okay.
Bill Burr,
Right.
Mitch Hedberg,
What
Lavelle
about
Crawford.
comedians? What about because I want to tie this into what about comedians today? Because and go ahead, just say that, and then because I want to talk about you and the school. In other words, comedians there in Iowa, or comedians locally, or ones you've met over the years.
Man, I've met a lot of road comics. Those guys that are funny as hell, but you
Yeah,
never get to see them on TV or in movies.
yeah.
One that comes to mind off the top of my head is Pat Godwin. I don't
Pat
know if he ever
Godwin.
came over on your side, but he played the guitar. Uh, I don't think
Okay.
he's doing comedy anymore, but his name is Tom Dustin. Very funny dude from Boston,
Yeah.
over on the East Coast. Locally, we got some good comics over here. Man, of course I'm
That's okay.
blanking. Of
That's
course, when
okay.
you
Because
put me on the
I
spot,
didn't mean to jump ahead,
yeah,
but if I'm right, you teach a class at Teehee's Comedy Club, or is that correct?
I do. Through Teehees,
Okay.
you got AJ Simmons and Dave Bowman that run the club, and they allowed me to do some comedy classes. Because once again, I've been around 20 years. I see a lot of young
Right.
comics
Right.
come through, and just want to offer some advice without coming off kind of, egotistical, and it kind of works
Right.
out.
Right. No, and there's a TikTok video because apparently you give him instructions, and there was a young man that had a problem.
it it was. I take my comedy class is pretty serious because I do have a little education and teaching and everything else. And when I asked them to
I'm
do an
sorry.
exercise,
I'm sorry. I just love it though. I just love it, Danny. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll try and shut up. Go ahead.
yeah, I think my class is pretty serious. So I asked him to do an exercise, and I think because he knew it was a comedy class, he came in kind of joking and everything else, and it just wasn't the time to start joking. And I
Right.
kind of got upset and everything else. And I guess I have to remember how I look. And when I say something, even though I might be saying it, to say, hey, don't do it, it came across very mean and very negative, and it kind of threw everybody off. It's like, this is a comedy class, right? Because it didn't feel like one at the time.
The
So,
girl, the
yeah,
girl said you punched him in the face.
I did not punch him in the face. That I might have felt like punching him in the face, but I did not punch him in the face.
Well, my favorite part, I don't mean, but I just love you. I think you're great. Where
Appreciate it, man.
you tell them to come in, don't tell me your name, don't do anything, and we're gonna practice them. And he goes, "Hey, my name's Ryan."
Yeah, he wanted to be funny. I mean, there were a couple people laughing, but like I said, because I knew what I was, trying to set them up to do for the next exercise or
Right, right,
everything
right,
else, it
right.
just messed it up. So it,
Well,
it
you
worked
do.
out.
You also, I mean, I wrote down a lot about you do bits. You do a bit about a prostate exam. Do you?
I do because, like you, Scott, I'm getting older. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
so
no. Hey, let's just pump the brakes there. Tell the people what you wrote to me. Tell the people what you wrote
I
just a
I
few
wrote
hours ago.
I wrote to Scott when he let me know that I'd be coming on Comedy Minute. Appreciate you letting me come on your show. I've checked out some of your other former interviews, and you're old. That's pretty much what I told him. I just want to make sure he
You're
knew that I
62.
knew he was
You're
old.
old.
Yes.
Okay, go on. Go on.
Yeah. So anyway, because I'm getting
Prostate
older,
exam. Prostate
yeah.
exam.
Yep, I remember it. So
All
as
right.
I'm getting older, I know I'm getting older. I got my memory still, Scott. So,
Okay. I want to make sure.
and my name is Danny. Your name is Scott. I got it. All right. So
Sharp
as
as
I'm
a
getting
bowling ball.
older, I hear about that you have to get this, the prostate exam, which is the finger thing. And for most
Yeah.
men, it's like that's going to be probably one of the most uncomfortable things ever that you have to experience. And as I'm going through this prostate exam, I'm thinking with all the different advances in technology and medicine, why is it that the finger and the butt is still the only way to check for a
Yeah.
prostate?
I had one.
You know, you did?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. So as I'm sitting there and the doctor did the prostate, I did ask
Yeah.
him, like, why is this the only way to check for a prostate? And he told me it wasn't. He told me they can actually do blood work. Look it up. You can do
Yeah.
blood work and get pretty much the same results. So
Yeah.
my follow-up question then, why are you still doing the finger in the butt? I just don't get it. And he said, because some of his patients don't like needles. I'm like, who's your other patient? Elton John? I don't get that one at all. Who's gonna prefer poking the butt instead of poking the arm? Give me the poking the arm. Let's go.
When I got mine done, I said to the doctor, "Where should I put my pants?" He said, "Put them over there with mine."
That's a good one. I would have left immediately.
A favorite show, in other words, 20 years of doing comedy.
Yeah.
You've
My
had a
favorite show,
favorite show that you've done.
man, I've had some pretty good
You know
shows.
what? Because I like you, Danny,
Yeah,
I'm going to give you two. Do a couple. Do a couple of your favorite shows.
sweet. One of my favorite shows was with Rob Snyder. Rob Snyder took me on the road with
Wow.
him. Yeah, I know.
I
You
didn't
get
know that.
those,
That's cool.
yeah, once in a lifetime opportunities kind of pop up.
Yeah.
He came to the Funny Bone in Des Moines. He liked what I did. He took me on the road with him for a bit, and he took me to Chicago. I had never been to the Chicago Improv. I think it seats like 500 people. It was a huge room, nice room, green room. I got a chance to
Golly.
meet his fiance. The crowds were great. I got
Yeah.
treated like a celebrity. I
I
got
love
paid
him.
like a
I
headliner. I
shoot.
mean, so when I say good show, not only was the set good, the treatment was good, the club was
Yeah.
good, the crowd
Yeah.
was good, the head, all that stuff was good, man. It was
Well, and
great.
I really like what was cut his fucking balls off in the Water Boy, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
loved
You
him.
can do it. Yeah.
You can do it. You can do it. Yeah, I love. Oh my god, I love him.
Oh yeah. Really cool
Okay,
dude, man. He's
you
great.
You got a couple more?
And
I'll
then
give you two more. I'll give you two more.
another one was when I first started doing comedy, I was into it like everybody else. When you first start, I
Right.
mean, I'm going balls against the wall comedy. I
Right.
flew out to California for a comedy conference. The first
Right.
5 years I was doing it, and I did a show at the famous Hollywood Improv. And
Okay.
while I'm doing the set and everything else, almost just the same way. This was like 15 years ago, but just like you see in the movies and TV shows, I did the set, did so well. The door guy was like, "Hey man, you're really good. I know a guy over at the comedy store. I'm gonna send you over there and let them check you out." And sure enough, me and my wife hopped in the car, went over to the comedy store. They put me on stage in the belly room in a smaller venue.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember exactly who it was who saved me, but I'm pretty sure it was one of the owners. He said, "Man, I like your stuff. I'm willing to give you some spots here at the store." Now, granted, I'm from Iowa, and my flight was leaving in 2 days because I was just there for a conference.
Right. Right.
But
Right.
I just remember those shows of feeling like, man, I'm really doing something right. Of feeling like,
Yeah.
I'm getting a pass to go and do other stuff. And then
Yeah.
I came back to
A lot
Iowa
of
and came back
a lot of
to
people that feel
reality.
that way. You're
Yeah,
phenomenal.
man.
Okay, now the least favorite show.
Least favorite? Once again, I got so many of those too.
I was gonna say
20
you're
years,
welcome to do two of those if you like.
20 years, you have a lot of bad shows. You got to know that.
But
Uh,
just give me give me the best of the best.
the worst one, and I tell this story quite a bit,
Good,
is
good.
there was a fallout in a small town. Like there was a guy who was putting together bar shows in Iowa,
Okay.
and he put together this bar show, and he said he had a fallout with some of the entertainers. So he called me last minute, which was the first mistake. Called me last minute to go fill in. So if I go, okay, no problem.
Right.
He gives me the name of the town, and I'm driving. This was before GPS and everything else. So I'm
Right, right,
using a
right.
road map and everything else.
Hmm.
I go to the wrong town, which is 30 minutes away.
Right.
He calls me up saying, "Dude, they looking for you. Where you at?" So then I have to find out what his place is. I drive there. I get there, and it is literally three people there. No stage, no mic, and I'm the only one. No opener, no feature. I'm it. I'm the only form of entertainment there. They put me in this back room that looked pretty much like a Dairy Queen's, with the booths and the tables and everything else. And I'm telling jokes with no mic on in the middle of the floor to like 3 or 4 people. And even as I'm telling my jokes, a dude walks through the back door, which was behind me, and walked right through my little area as I'm telling my jokes. So yeah, that was and I got paid $50 for it, just to let you know. So the worst of the worst. They didn't cover my gas back then.
You have, and I don't think I'm giving anything away because you do something about it. You do some bits about it. You have three daughters,
I have 3 daughters. Yep,
right?
all lovely ladies, without a doubt. All of them are
Yeah,
older.
yeah.
And having 3 daughters, the best thing you want to do is try and make sure you connect with them. So I like to play the games that they like to play, and they play this game, which I found out is called He's a 10 But. So they bring up these
He's a 10,
He's a 10 But. And the way
but
it kind of
okay.
goes, like, yeah, he's a millionaire, but he hates puppies or dogs.
Okay,
And
all
then
right.
they re-rank the guy, and they say, oh, well, if he don't like puppies, he's at least a 5. Like,
Okay.
you don't like pets, you drop down 5.
Right.
And so I thought I'd play, and I give my example. I was like, he's a 10, but he don't have any arms. And they'd be like, that ain't the way you play. It's like, well, what would you give him, though? He ain't got no arms. Would you give him like a 3 or 4? I know you wouldn't give him 5 because he ain't got no hands. You know what I'm saying? So they don't like the way I play their games.
Right. Yeah, there's something I know my son. One time I said to her, I said, man, that girl's a 10. He said, yeah, but she got two kids, so you got to take off two. She's an 8. Yeah, little motherfucker, young. He deducted one for each kid.
Oh, that is funny. See, he's a lot more generous than me. If it was 2 kids, depending on if they by the same dad, you might have to take off 3. If they by 2 different daddies, that's drama
Okay.
you finna deal with.
Okay.
I'm taking off 2 each. She'd have to 6 in my book.
I swear to you, he said he did. Yes, he did. As I thought, man, she's the most beautiful. Yeah, but she got two kids. You got to take 2 points off. I said,
Yeah,
damn.
I can
It-
understand that. Yeah, I like to play that game with some fellas. Hey, maybe we can play that game one day. Me and you, Scott.
Uh,
She's a
I want
10.
to mention just because I love it, you have some merchandise available.
I do. I have merchandise as well as a website at
Oh yeah,
Danny
I'm gonna
T.
just some you're clear. I'm
Yeah.
going to put the link to your website and to your TikTok, your Instagram, your Facebook, your YouTube channel, everything. But your merchandise I found really, really cool.
Cool, man. My merchandise is pretty simplistic. It talks about my first love, which is titties.
Yeah,
Uh, I'm a patriot
yeah.
because I
That
love
hey,
titties.
that one's sold out. The I Love Titties is sold out.
It did sell out, but I did re up. So if
Yeah,
you looked on
okay.
there lately, I
But
re
there's
upped them.
another
So,
one. I don't want to give it away. Go ahead and tell them about the other shirts.
and the other shirt is just for this time of the year, politics. I hate political season
Me
because
too.
everybody wears their shirts about what candidate
Yeah,
they're supporting and all these different things.
right.
And I find myself sometimes just getting mad because I read somebody's shirt. Then I figure, you know what? I'm gonna make a shirt that lets my shirt argue with their shirt. So it literally just says "fuck your shirt." That's all my shirt says. So my shirt can argue with your political shirt.
Yeah.
It could be a baseball team, football team,
Okay.
whatever it is. You don't like their shirt, just wear my shirt and then
Okay.
argue with their shirt.
Well, and there's an American titties that's still available.
Yes. American team is available. Fuck your shirt is
Yeah, your
available.
politics. Yeah, politically, you want to keep it straight.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
You also
They're
do a bit. I don't want to. Again, I don't want to make you uncomfortable because there's. You mentioned dating.
dating, yes. There's when it comes to dating, my wife is a very nice lady for sure. But when it comes to dating, it's really hard,
Yeah,
especially when
yeah,
you're married. Because my
yeah.
wife,
That's
y'all
what
be like, "Who you
I
talking to?"
couldn't.
Like, God damn, get off my back, man.
He said dating's really hard, especially when you're married. My
Yeah,
wife
that's
don't
right.
like it. My wife don't. Yeah, you're so funny. There's
Oh,
one.
thanks,
There's
man.
one. I don't want to. I'm not trying to piss a pissing contest, but there's something like, my wife is such a homophobic. She was so mad when I brought home my boyfriend.
It's not a piss. It's not a pissing contest. I love comedy because comedy breeds comedy. I love
Yeah, no,
talking it.
and I'm one of those guys that as people say something, it hits my head, and even all the drugs and alcohol. You notice it took a minute, but yeah, I had that one lined up.
I thought that was because of your old age. My bad. I didn't think it was because of drugs and
Hang
alcohol.
on, let me check this. There it is. There it is. Let me wind it back. Check this one. There it is. There it is. Okay, we'll wind her back down.
Uh,
Smart ass. I mean, Danny, you do a
yeah.
couple bits about porn.
Ooh, about porn. Once again, I always got so many of them. The one I wrote that was original is that as much as I love porn, I know that I can never be in a porn myself,
Oh,
realistically, because I don't think anybody want to see a 2 minute porno tape. Now,
right.
don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I could make an hour porno. I just don't think anybody want to see me sleep for the other 58 minutes of it because it's still gonna be 2 minutes, but the other 58 minutes will just be me snoring it up.
Yeah.
You know,
You did another bit too. You do a couple bits about porn.
I know that's what I'm saying. I have so many of them. I forget which one I put on TikTok because when
It
it comes
doesn't
to it,
matter. It doesn't matter. It's your comedy minute, bud. You do whatever the hell you want.
it don't matter. Ooh, let's
It
see.
don't matter. You anything you want to do, anything you want to
Another
say.
one mixed in because of all this gray right here.
Yeah.
When I watch porn now, I find myself doing things I wouldn't normally do. Like now, I have to watch porn wearing readers, which makes it
Yeah.
completely look different. You know, I put them readers on. I was like, ooh, wow, that woman has a dick. It's like I didn't. Even, that is unusual because I did not know that was that. So
My,
it does make it
my
look different.
my girlfriend wants to make a porn video. She's accepting. She's doing casting for my part.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of a great Rodney Dangerfield bit where he
I
talked
met
about
Rodney. Most of my
you did.
jokes are Rodney jokes.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. I
I
would have
met
loved to meet
Rodney.
some old heads, man. I bet I
He's
heard he was
dead.
cool as
He's like me. He's close to dead.
hell. But I remember he did this one bit, and I don't want to butcher it, but he said something to the sense of he told his wife, tell me when you're coming. She said, yeah, I'll call you next time I do.
Yeah, right.
Something to
Yeah,
that
there's
sense.
so
So
many. Just
yeah.
I'm We were touching on the old comedy. I grew up, as you mentioned, I'm old, but I
Yeah,
mean, I
yeah,
grew
yeah.
up on that stuff. I grew up on Rodney and Henny Youngman and the old one-liner kind of guy, and that's what I
Even Don
hang my hat
Wrinkles,
on.
the famous insult
Oh,
comic.
Don
Yeah,
Rickles, Don
yeah.
Rickles, man. You know what I loved about that?
What's
And
that?
again, I hate when I talk too much, but like I grew up on Archie Bunker. And when he
I remember.
kissed Sammy Davis and oh, hold it there, Jefferson. I mean, it was more fun. You poked at it, you didn't. Now everybody gets so butt hurt.
You know,
Oh,
hey Scott, you know why they get butthurt? Because back then, I think it was a lot more honest. They said what they said and they felt how they felt, and it just is what it is. Nowadays, you never know what somebody is, and you don't know if they're being honest. So you always
yeah,
got to sit there and figure out if they're trying to be like, insulting or they being serious or jokey. So that's
right,
where it kind of gets all messed up nowadays. Just be honest. I can enjoy a good race joke like anybody else. If it's funny, it's funny. That's what
yeah.
I say.
I think and I don't want to because I hate when we get serious. I mean, I love like you. I just love to make people laugh.
Right.
And
It's
with you, and going back to the school because we brushed over that, but your classes.
yeah.
Do you get some material there? I'm going to shut up, but I would think there's some people that come through the door that's like,
It's two things when it comes to that class. When it comes to that class, first off, the people that walk in feeling like, oh, they're already funny and they're just going to tell me their jokes and it works out,
right,
it
yeah,
doesn't normally work out. It's those people that walk in that is looking to
open
learn
minded,
how to formulate jokes that makes it funny.
right,
And of course, I get material from it because they help me go over and really realize like what's comedy. They get me to revisit it again. So it's always great to teach those classes and come up with different bits and ideas with a new group of people with fresh eyes and fresh perspectives on
yeah,
life and everything else. So it's really great to teach that class and fun for sure.
yeah. No, and I love it. I love it because it's you giving back as well.
Yeah. And one rule I tell them without a doubt, never filter yourself. In that space, I try and make sure you come in there, you say whatever you want, no matter if it's about rape, some inappropriate or not, or just be open. Even race, just be open and be unfiltered. Because you can always go back and you can edit your jokes or edit your content. But
Yeah,
in the beginning process, when you're being creative, be unfiltered. Don't
yeah.
don't sit there and hold yourself back. Like you told me when we spoke
I was
for a
just
short
gonna
time.
say, even though
Yeah,
I'm old, I'm a relic and fell off my dinosaur before I got here. I
yeah.
I told you what did I say to you?
You said don't filter yourself and not have a great moment of fun
I
and
said you
humor
can
and getting a
say
laugh.
any. I said you
Yes,
can say any fucking thing you want to say.
any fucking thing I want,
You're goddamn right.
motherfuck, fuck,
Here,
shit, fuck.
wait. Here, this is a line I've done 105 YouTube lives,
Yeah,
and I would start with the Web Wilder credo, which was work hard, rock hard, eat hard, sleep hard, grow big, wear glasses if you need them. And at some point during some of the shows, I would go, "Can't you see we got a goddamn situation, you asshole?"
what movie is that from? I recognize. Is it quote?
That's
Is that?
from Maximum Overdrive.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
ACDC, Stephen King.
Oh,
The
I love
drawbridge is
movies,
going
man.
up. The drawbridge is going up. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's hilarious. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure,
and I
man.
do it
I
just for
appreciate it.
shock factor
Yeah, for sure.
because that's part of comedy,
That
in
is
my
part of
opinion.
comedy.
Well,
Shock
look,
value.
Look, Danny, we don't have a lot of time, but I want to
No
make
way.
sure. No, it's all my fault. I talk too goddamn much. I'm old. I'm a relic. I can do what the hell I want. Oh, Jesus, listen there, meathead. Listen, hold it there, Jefferson. Hold it there, Jefferson. You people are you people.
Watch it, honky.
Call me a cracker. That's my favorite. No, seriously. We only have a few minutes left, and of course, you're going to do a big year comedy minute for me. But I want to make sure that we cover everything. We mentioned the classes, you're
Yeah.
touring, you're playing, anything you want to tell the people. Again, I'm going to put all your links, but anything you want to tell the
Two
people at this point, please
two
do.
things two things because I'm horrible at social media. Because once again, I'm old like Scott. I'm trying to get better at it. I have a website,
There it is
Danny
again.
T,
There it is again. Let me just get
Danny
this
T
one.
comedy. Danny is spelled like the girl version, DANNIE
Yeah.
T, and then Tom comedy. I have TikTok, like Scott mentioned. I also have my first album on
Yeah.
Spotify, Hot and Sweaty. Get a
Yeah,
chance to check
there's
it
a
out
there's a
there.
video on YouTube, Hot and Sweaty. Yeah, cool.
Yep. So on YouTube, on Spotify,
Cool. Cool.
um, I got some shows coming up, of course, in
Wonderful.
November, October. So yeah, I'm
Okay. Well,
around. Just
look,
trying to get
if
out
you
there.
had a nice time and you aren't too mad at me, I'd love to have you back.
Oh, appreciate it, man. Yeah, for sure. Tell more stories.
Yes,
That
sir.
it? That Black
Okay.
Power? I thought that's what we were doing. Black Power. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, and boss.
Awesome.
Yes, and boss. Tell me, be good. It's your time. Are you
All right.
ready?
My comedy minutes coming up.
Hang on, back her down.
Oh,
Danny T, your comedy minute. Go ahead.
damn. All right. First off, when people first meet me, my name is Danny, which I know is very off-putting for a black dude. Sounds like when you hear Danny, I should be white, pale with freckles. I should have a stronger name like Aquarius Tyrone Jenkins or something like that. You know what I mean? Uh, but I'm glad my name is simple. That way, when people pray for me, because a lot of people do pray for me,
Okay.
I can end up getting my blessings. Because if you actually mispronounce my name, if it was Aquarius and you pray for somebody that was named Laquevius, Laquevius over there with my
Aquarius.
$1 he wants my life. So I am very happy. My name is Danny, so I receive all my blessings and my prayers.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's great. That is wonderful. As a matter of fact, I have a whole collection of names. I'll get in trouble, but Anthony McDonald, Tawabi Settles, Leonardus Kittles, uh, Lilo Lang, Vesuvius Walker, Clatty
Oh,
Cook.
there, I need to borrow one.
I got a whole, I got a, just watch college football on Saturday. You'll get a whole batch more.
Oh yeah, yeah. You talking about Key and Peele? That's hilarious. Yeah, I need one of them names right there. Wavius
Terudis and
Booker,
Flemuel Jenkins, the
yeah,
Jenkins boys.
the third.
Terudis and Flemuel the third.
Uh,
Oh, Danny, I've had a great time.
Me too, man. I
I hope you did. I really did. Let me stop the recording so we can talk for a
appreciate
minute
you
or
having
two
me on.
off the air, all
Oh,
right? Thank you so much for being here.
all right, for sure.